Today, we are going to talk about Taiwan cultural creative industry, asking the questions, could and how culture and creativity be an industry? Taiwan tend to use the term 文化创意产业, translated in English as cultural creative industry, which is combine the notions of cultural industry and the creative industry. The notion of the cultural industry and the creative industry have different roots of development, but have shared a great deal of ideas and practices. This lecture will have 3 parts. Part 1, we will look at the notion of cultural industry. Part 2, we will talk about the notion of creative industry. In Part 3, we will finally examine the notion of culture and the creative industry. Part 1, cultural industry. We are asking 3 questions. First, these 2 words, culture and the industry, built up separately over centuries. Second, are culture and the industry opposed? Third, how does 2 words combined as cultural industry? This is what the industry looks like. So this picture is what culture has been highlighted. Then we will ask, what is industry? Industrial revolution refers to the transition to new manufacturing processes, dating from 1760, ending to between 1820 and 1840. Firstly, industrial revolution has changed from hand production method to machines. Second, industrial revolution has transited from wood and other biofuels to coal. Third, industrial revolution have had new chemical manufacturing and iron production processes. Fourth, industrial revolution has improved the efficiency of water power and the increasing use of steam power. Fifth, industrial revolution has had development of machine tool and the rise of factory system. Then we will ask, what is culture? Edward Taylor defined culture. Then we will ask, what is cultural definition? Edward Taylor, born in 1832 and died 1917. His life is around Industrial Revolution period. He defined culture, quote, that complex the whole which include knowledge, belief, art, moral, law, custom, and any other capability and habits acquired by man as a member of society, end quote. As a defined aspect of what it means to be human, culture is a central concept, encompassing the range of phenomena that are transmitted through social learning in human societies. As such, culture are found in all human societies, understood as cultural universals, such as language, social practices, for example, kinship, gender, marriage, and organization, and also expressive forms such as mythology, philosophy, literature, art, music, dance, literature, religion, and science, as well as technology. For example, cooking, clothes, and housing. Next, we are going to ask, when did the two words, culture and industry, come to be married as a cultural industry? However, there is no single agreed definition for cultural industry. No agreement about what the term cultural industry involved has emerged. For the first time in 1944, the term cultural industry was coined by the Marxist theorist Theodor Adorno and Max Horkheimer. Then, next, we are going to ask, what does cultural industry mean? Cultural industry could be described how the traditional art came to be shadowed by mass industrialized culture in a capitalist society. And popular culture is akin to a factory producing standardized cultural goods. Also, cultural industry could mean to organize leisure time, such as for artist performances, in the same way that mass production organizes the working day, for example, for goods. So, next, we are having 5 questions to think about. First, while appearing to offer people choice and entertainment, it actually produces uniformity and predictability. Second, when culture becomes an industry, does it cease to be authentic? Third, where cultural industry built on monopoly power, making copies of producing rubbish for profit, does it take over authentic art or give up any presence to be art? Fourth, is all art is essentially commercial? Fifth, is commons art? Do you know who is this artist? He is Andy Warhol. Warhol is an American artist, director, and producer who was a leading figure in the visual art movement, known as pop art. Warhol's studio in New York was named as The Factory. During the 1960s, Warhol began to making paintings of iconic American objects by mass producing the images of consumer goods. Pop art is akin to a factory producing the standardized cultural goods for the commercial purpose. So next, we are going to talk about pop art. So this visual art movement presented a challenge to traditional of fine art by including imagery from popular and mass culture, such as advertising, comic books, and mundane cultural objects. Pop art is often associated with the use of mechanical means of reproduction or rendering techniques. Also, material is sometimes visually removed from its known context, isolated or combined with unrelated material. So, this is a familiar painting, right? Yeah, it's named Green Coca-Cola Bottles, made by Warhol in 1962, depicting numerous Coca-Cola bottles. According to Andy Warhol, this painting is to claim everybody owns a piece of Coke. So this is direct quote. According to Andy Warhol, quote, "What is great about this country is that Americans started the tradition where the richest consumer buying essentially the same thing as the poorest. You can be watching TV and see Coca-Cola, and you know that the president drinks Coca-Cola. The celebrity Liz Taylor drinks Coca-Cola, and just think you can drink Coca-Cola too. A Coke is a Coke, and no amount of money can get you a better Coke than the one the bum on the corner is drinking. All the Cokes are the same, and all the Cokes are good. Liz Taylor knows it, President knows it, and the bum knows it, and you know it too." Andy Warhol also claimed this painting is democratical equality. Andy Warhol made art available to everyday men, and everybody understood it. Coca-Cola painting represents democratical equality. So, being good in business is the most fascinating kind of art. Making money is art, and working is art, and good business is the best art.